Welcome everyone to the live stream today. Well, it's been a minute since we've done this. I think the last time we did it was May or June. I think it was June. But I'm glad that you're able to attend today. Glad that you're here. We've got some cool stuff to show you today. We're going to be talking about TableManager, a product that we've actually had for quite some time, but we haven't actually made it available out to the public. But now what we've done is we've kind of packaged it, got it all ready. We've actually had it in a couple of our products, and we've done a few individual customization stuff with some clients with this product. But we thought, hey, let's show you guys what we've got, and then kind of go from there. Today we've got Jared with us. He's my co-pilot as usual. And he'll be any questions or things that come up, he will be able to answer your questions or reach out to me and kind of go from there. Jared, do you want to just, oh yeah, it does show that we're live up here, just double checking.
Looks like we're going good.
What's that?
It looks like things are going good.
Yeah. Well, we had a little bit of a problem here. I was just a little delayed having this go out because my printer decided to do a self-cleaning and that sort of stuff, and it's just making a racket of noise.
Hearing that in the background?
Yeah, it's like, oh, good timing. Thank you. But that happens. That happens. Yeah. All right. Well, without any further ado, let's dive in. Before we do that, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to put them in the comments area. We are streaming on LinkedIn and YouTube. And so if you have any questions, comments, what have you, don't hesitate, put those in there. We're happy to answer any questions you may have. Where we're going to be running two demo databases to show you the TableManager. But as we're going through this, I want you to kind of think creatively what Excel spreadsheets or separate databases that you have other than your ACT database that could be brought in and used inside of ACT as opposed to having separate sheets. We've run over the 30 plus years that I've been doing this. We've had a lot of people have what we call fragmented information, and it's put in different places and it makes it difficult when you have information in different locations and then trying to pull it in and run reports or get a good understanding of how things are going and being able to make decisions, good business decisions based on the data you have. So in the ACT database, you basically have four what we call main tables. You've got the contacts, companies, opportunities, and groups. Now, most of the time we focus on company and contacts, but sometimes you'll need to go with groups or even opportunities where you want to have a subtable that's attached to that. And when I talk about subtables, right, Jared, we're talking about like in our database for us, what do we capture? We capture software. What else do we capture?
Service. We have like license numbers. We have renewal dates.
License numbers, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, lots of different
service. We've got a table for service. We've got a table for events.
Service
so think of it this way. It's an extension. So from those main databases or main tables that you have in your database that your ACT database is comprised of, you can add subtables to that. So if you've got Excel spreadsheets hanging out, or you just want to capture different information, stuff like equipment or software or real estate, buildings, service, projects, events. The list goes on and on, depending upon your particular industry and what you do. I'm sure there's a plethora of things you could capture. I've seen some companies where they'll have equipment, and then they'll have an HR thing because the company's so big that they have a subtable for HR that's only available to the HR team, and they can actually capture stuff about all their employees. So let your mind kind of run, and you can kind of come up with something. So one other thing I just want to mention before we dive in, the TableManager that we're showing you is only for the ACT desktop version. It is not for the web version. The web version, you can have an add-on put on there. It's actually not an add-on. It's part of their packaging, but you can have a table structure in there as well. It's I think it's very limited in what we can do with the desktop version, and that's like any web version, you have limitations. But it actually works really, really well. We've got it placed in a couple of different places and have tested it out and quite like it. But we're going to show you the power of the, I guess, the premium version of managing tables, and we'll kind of go from there. So let's fire this thing up and dive in.
Ooh,
All right.
fancy.
So first of all, I'm going to be showing you two database templates or demo databases. This one is called Sales Rep. This is where we're actually going to do the heavy lifting and kind of show you how this works. And so, but I'm going to flip over to the advisor first because we've spent a lot of our development for TableManager has been in our own production database as well as the advisor. But we've done a ton of other ones outside of that for specific customers. But we never really marketed this out there. So as of Monday, it'll go live on our website where you can actually purchase TableManager. You can always book an appointment with us to talk about how you want to pull this data in and how do you want to organize. We're happy to consult with you on that and help you out. All right, so I'm going to flip over to the advisor. So on the advisor here, I'm on Todd Miller's record, and the advisor is for financial advisors. So you'll kind of get the idea. And as I'm going through this, maybe this doesn't match your specific industry, but I want you to think about where this might work, and especially if you've got Excel spreadsheets, because that's usually the killer where we can say, hey, we can pull this in. And if you're worried about some of the functionality in an Excel spreadsheet, chances are we can actually do some of those like calculations and different things like that. But let me just kind of go into this. So under Todd Miller, I've got tabs here called investment, living benefits, and then over here, life insurance. Oh, hang on. Let me just turn this. So, okay, why is this? There we are. There we are. Sorry about that. Just so you can see where I'm pointing to here. So you've got life insurance, group insurance, and so all of this information are subtables attached to both the company or household in this case, and the contact. And then what it looks like is you can have an entry screen that has more information, and you can make a subtable of a subtable if you wish. So in this case, I've got in here a subtable that goes from Todd Miller's record and then a subtable of that where I can actually create notes. So you can get very creative on how you want to capture items. And you can see in here, you can do stuff like tabs inside of here. There's a bunch of different things, check boxes, different types of field types, searches. It just gives you lots of flexibility. And we're going to show you how to kind of run this. So I'm going to cancel out of that. It also gives you a list view. So if I go into life insurance here, this would be all of the life insurance policies for this particular company. And then I can drill down on each one, pull up the record, or I can go into edit mode and I can go and edit stuff on the fly. And I'll go into more details when we get into the sales rep version of this. And I'll go through all the little bits and pieces in here as well. But I wanted to give you an idea. I wanted to show you the advisor one just because it's different than what I'm going to show you in sales rep. Any questions or thoughts, Jared, before I shift gears and move over to sales rep?
No, I guess are those columns static? Can you move those columns? Like, does it have to have
good
all the text at the
question.
front,
Yeah,
or do you have
all of
to-
these columns
how does
can
that
be
work?
adjustable. They're adjustable for each individual person. So if you've got a team of 5 people or 10 people or 20 people, each individual can customize the columns the way they want. Now, I'm going to show that in the sales rep one because I've got some that I've just loaded up and they haven't been organized, and I'll show you how to do that in there. But that's a good question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so let's shift gears. Let's go over to whoops, wrong way. There we are. The sales rep. Okay, so in the sales rep, I've got, so in this
Oh,
demonstration, I'm
my
showing as if
my
this
head
was
might
an
be in the way.
automobile dealership. Sorry, what was that?
Then my head might be in the way of the mouse
Oh,
there.
okay.
Yeah, I don't
And he's out of there.
there we go.
Um, so in here, we've got, I've added two tables, actually three tables, but the third table is one that I just added it just because it takes a little time to set it up, and I wanted to not waste your time showing you right from the scratch. But we have a product table, a service desk table, and I added a warranty table that hasn't been done up yet. So in the product table and products, again, this is kind of geared on an automotive industry as if this was a selling a car. So you can see here, here's a list of all the cars. I'm going to clear the filter here. And so it lists all the cars. I can actually go in here and I can save different kind of views. So I want to say, I want to see all the sold ones. No, I want to see all the inventory, what we have in inventory. And then I can just clear the filters. And in here, I open this up, and this is the entry screen for this particular vehicle. So the vehicle is the asset that I'm tracking, and whether that vehicle is sold or it's in inventory, whether it's leased or financed, I can capture all of that information. Now, this layout is just a demo layout, so it may not have all the stuff in that industry that you may want to capture, like maybe capturing the key code so that you can have a new key replace an old key or a lost key. You know, there's probably a ton of things that an automobile dealership would want to capture in here, and but you can add it, and I'm going to show you how to add different things as you fly along. Um, so let me kind of show you the nuances of what you can do with this. Now, this is on the navigation bar, and you have the choice when you actually create a table to actually have it on the navigation bar, have it attached to the company, to a contact, to a group, or an opportunity. And so in this case, it's linked to both the company and a contact. And I'm going to just show you the filtering system in here first, and then we'll go into the individual one and start building this. So we have up here new, so I can click on new. That will actually create a brand new record where I can start keying this information in. It also has delete, so I can delete something, and it will actually warn you before it deletes it. It'll say, "Are you sure you want to delete that?" Just like any kind of other deletion that you would have in the ACT database, it does exactly the same thing. I can dump this into an Excel spreadsheet, which is kind of cool. If I need to do some stuff offline and kind of mess with it for a reporting purpose or glitz it up, I can actually dump that into an Excel spreadsheet. You can see it highlight it, and then it just dumps it down into a table really quickly here where I can kind of mess around with it. So if you need to do that, you can do that as well. I can also merge this into Microsoft Word. So I can actually take these fields, and maybe I want to create a document that pulls these fields in, and I want to have just an individual like, let's say here, Christine Miller. I want to pull in just the information about her BMW because I'm going to do a customer facing meeting with that individual, and I want to have that with me. I can go in and create a template. I can go new template or edit template. Um, it's not merged right now because I don't have it connected up, but it would allow me to do that. I didn't want to spend the time creating a whole new template, Word document template, just to show you, but it merges in really good, just like you would with any mail merge feature. It can take any data that you want, populate it into that document, and off you go. Now, Jared asked the question about columns. So each individual that views this, you may have somebody in different departments that wants to view this information differently. And it's as simple as clicking on the columns. On the left-hand side shows all the fields that are available. On the right-hand side, it shows all the fields that are placed and what order they're placed in. So if I want to change kilometers, I can move kilometers up, move it down, whatever I want to do. And then I can add, like if I wanted create date, I can just double click, and then that will put it right down at the bottom, and then you can choose where you want to put it. So that's how the columns work. And your order is right here. So when I press OK, it's going to add another column, the create date over there, as well as the kilometers on that vehicle. Um, And then you have edit mode, like I'd mentioned earlier. You can go in and edit any information in here. Just click on it, make the change. This is nice because that way you don't have to open up each individual record, open up the entry screen, go in and change it, close it down. If you have to make some edits, you can just go through here and make the edit. This little part here, let me just clear this. Actually, I'll just go into, let's say if I went to solds for whatever, you can filter it and you can see it's filtered right here with this little filter on. I just want to see the sold ones, and then I filter it. And then all I did is press save and give it a name, and then it will save it. So these are quick views that I can just quickly go and look at the inventory. I can go and look at sold. Maybe I want to go and look at color. So let's just clear the filter. I'm going to go to color because I want everything that's, let's say, white. Let's go back down to the W's. White filter. So we got some filters there that show just the white ones. I'm going to save that. And it says here, do you want to update the sold ones? No. Press yes if you want to save it. No if you want to create a new one. I'll go no. And then I'm going to give it a name, white. And so now I can jump inventory. Not that I want to just choose the color. And you can see I'm using the Canadian version of color. And then I can unfilter it. So that's kind of a cool feature. And then you can delete the view if you want. And then searching. It'll search any of the fields in here. All you have to do is type in whatever it is you're looking for and press the search key, and it will run through all of this to find it. Now, across here, have the different filters. So these ones you can sort by just clicking on top of it. So if I want to sort by year, I just click on the year. I want to go by model, it'll put the models together. Or in this case, maybe I want the makes, get all the BMWs together, all the Acuras together. So you have sorting capabilities, and then you have filter capabilities. I want to just see the guy's looking for either a blue or a black one, filter that. Okay, that's what I have in there. And then I would filter it and say, oh, I just want the ones that are in inventory, not the ones that are sold. You can see how I can filter this down and really quickly get to whatever I want, and then clear the filter or save that filter for future searches, just because that's something that I want to pull up on a regular basis. Then you have stuff like right here where you can actually come in and pull in averages, count, anything with a dollar figure or a number figure. I'm going to do sum, and then it will show the sum down at the bottom here. And mine's not showing for whatever reason. I think I need to make this wider. There we go. It was just, it wasn't wide enough. And then it will show the sum down at the bottom there. All of these, you can adjust the widths of all of these columns, as you've just seen me do. And you can do, let's see, do I have dates in here? I don't have any dates. Let me add a date. Right, go in here to columns, see create date. I'm just going to do create date here. Move up, put it under VIN for now. So under the date field, you have different types of filters on that. So I can go by a date, today, date. I can use different criteria here for that. You can see you got a whole list of different date ranges that you can choose from. I can choose by a month, or I can do a date range and then filter. So it gives you lots of flexibility on any date field, being able to filter it the way you want to filter it. All right. And that would be the same if I go to contacts and under Todd Miller here, if I go to his products, there's his products, and I can filter everything basically the same way in there as well and get to that information. One of the other things you can do, I'm just going to go back to my products list here. The other thing you can do is I can highlight certain areas or do a lookup, meaning I filtered this to what I want to see, and I can right mouse click and I can go to the contact, company groups or opportunities, whatever it's attached to. I can go to edit and I can create a duplicate of a record or multiple records. I would usually do, if I'm going to do a duplicate record just to speed up time, then I can actually click on duplicate record. I usually just do one. So for an example, if I took this one from Mindy Black here, I could go in here, edit, and do the duplicate record, and it will create a second one for Mindy. And maybe she's got a black one or a blue one and a red one. And so now I can go in here and say, okay, well, this one is red. She's got, and save that. And then, like I said, you can highlight, you can go into edit, you can replace a field, copy a field, swap a field. So if I wanted to replace a field with something else and say, hey, these three were not sold, they were actually inventory, I can change that. I can copy a field or swap a field. I can readjust who they're assigned to. So on a contact level, if Mindy owned this and now she sold both vehicles to her husband or her ex-husband, Fred, and we could just replace that with Fred, or sorry, reassign it to Fred, or we can reassign it to a different company, group, or opportunity. And then we can also merge to Word, or we can merge to Excel as well. So those are other options that we can do. So again, it gives you tons of flexibility. And what a lot of people will use is these list views, both on the contact record and on the nav bar where you can actually go to the products. You can actually use this as a reporting tool. So again, using the filters, I can filter this quickly, especially that you can save the filter. You can quickly get to information that you want to see and make decisions on the fly based on what you have. All right. Any questions, Jared, popping up yet?
Yeah, no questions in the chat as of right now.
Any questions that you
it's-
have?
Yeah, I mean, I like it in terms of how quick you can just edit things and update things. Uh, yeah, and I guess are these all individual? Is this going to be like your whole team on Act will see your saved views, or do you have to have it per person, the views?
Each person does their own save view. And the
Okay. So
reason we did that
personalized.
is because you may have people in different departments that need to see the information differently. So they're in individual save views.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. I think Matt has created, and I'll have to double check with him, but I believe he's set it up so that you can have a consensus view where it actually will set a default view, and then you can adjust the default views from there. So that you could have a company wide, hey, this is how we want you to view the information. But it was also set that you could overwrite that and have this flexibility factor as well, which I think is quite important for people to see what they need to see based on what their job description is. All right. Let's any other questions, Jar?
No, I like it. It's a good way to look at stuff real quick,
Yeah, absolutely.
Get an idea of what you need to do next and follow up on things. I like it.
All right, so let me show you how to add stuff. So we've got products, services. Now there's two parts to this when you're actually working with TableManager. Now I got to go in here and just make one adjustment because I locked this down. There we go. All right, so up here under tools, this is where you get to custom tables, and you have two components part of custom tables. You've got defined fields and design screens. Now, defined fields is just like Act. If you want to add another field to something, you go in there, and I'm going to go into defined fields. And in defined fields, it's just like Act. You can create new fields under whatever table that you want. And you'll see here, I was messing around. I got an ops table and I was showing somebody else something, but I added this warranty table just so you could show how it works. Now, I haven't done the layout for it. All I did is added the warranty table. So in the warranty table, I added in the VIN number, status, resolution, warranty date, that kind of stuff. So I added some fields, and all I did is I went and create a field, add the field in. And when you create a field, you have different types of fields. You've got, and I'll go to the top, annual event, character, currency, date, time, decimal, email, initial caps. These are all the same that you have in ACT. Lowercase, memo, number, picture. Actually, yeah, I think we have picture in ACT as well in the main one. Phone number, time, uppercase, URL, or a yes, no feature as well. So you can choose the type of fields that you want and add them in. Now, what I did, and so this is dealing with the existing ones. What I did, and I'm not going to walk through it, but I can create a table. I'm just going to click on it and cancel it just so you can see. But I can edit an existing table or delete a table from here as well. And I can import or export schemas. Schemas are what the layout, how the layout is designed. But if I want to create a table, basically this is what comes up, and you can choose an icon, give it a name, and then you can show, like, I want to have this in the nav bar. I also want to have it on the contact. Maybe I want to have it on the company record as well. You can choose the tab order. Maybe this is an event, so all I want to do is have it under the contact and the group tab, because I'm going to use groups to manage events. So you can get into that as well. And then you can bring up an icon and put an icon beside it so that you have an icon like they have, like they have over here on the right-hand side. So I'm just going to cancel that because I'm not going to create it. And so basically that's the back end part that you have to set up when you're doing this. And by all means, if you feel yeah, I've got Excel spreadsheets, but I don't want to be the one that's doing this. We offer the service. Matt is a whiz when it comes to creating tables and layouts for the tables and stuff like that. So if you need some help, don't think that, oh, I'd like to do it, but I just don't feel comfortable in doing it. Not a problem. We got you covered. All right. So I'm going to close that. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to go to design layout. So right now, I don't have a warranty layout. I've got my service layout, and I'm just going to go into I'll go into the products table for a second here. This is what the layout looks like, and it gives you a ton of things that you can do. In fact, it's a little more powerful than the native ACT one because we added stuff that we thought was missing. So for an example, you've got the normal stuff like fields, yes, yes, no fields, memo fields. We added rich text fields because some people want to have rich text, picture fields. Now link to fields. This can link to other fields in the table and you can link a table. So this warranty one is a separate one by itself, but I could have the warranty one embedded under the products and or under service desk. So I could actually have warranty. When I pull up a product, I could see just below here where it says notes, I could add a tab. Where's our tabs? There's our tab. I could add a tab here. One would say notes, one would say warranty, and then you could see if there's any warranty things attached to it. So it gives you tons of flexibility. Drawing part, you've got text, hyperlinks, images, rectangles, tabs, which is added, and buttons. So if you want to launch something inside of here, like active, I want to click that button, I want it to do something, you can do that. And then up here, the properties, it shows the properties of that particular table or field, sorry. And then you can actually go in and create code as well. So in here, there's no coding in this particular one, but you could create some code in here. Under the service one, I've got that. I think I've got that set up to do a little bit of code. Let me just go into there and I'll show you. Let's go into the service desk here really quick. And so you can see I can actually bring in the activities that are associated with Juliet. I can actually bring in the activities specific to this service. So if they're having a coolant flush, I could actually show the date, time, and if there was multiple date and times inside of ACT, I could actually do that. We actually use this for capture all of our support stuff that we do. We do the exact same thing. And in here, there's actually, I'm going to go into the tools. And I'm going to go into tables again, screen layouts, and I'm going to go into service desk. And if I click on this particular one, I can click on the script editor, and this is the programming script that allows us to do this. So that's what I say. You can mimic just about anything you want. You can have a field do calculations, and in this case, it actually pulls from the activity table, creates an activity, and allows you to link activities to this specific service. So it's very, very, very powerful. But I'm going to show you now how to actually add a screen and give you the flexibility there. So we're going to go back down here. We're going to go into custom tables, and we're going to go into warranty. And you'll see there's nothing here. And what we like about this is it allows you to set it up the way you want. A lot of the other table add-on products out there, they have them in silos. So you have columns and different ways to put it, but you don't have the flexibility of just dragging and dropping it where you want it, like inside of the native Act one. So if I want to add a field, I'm going to click here, and I want to put in here, let's say I want to make, add there, add another field, model, add the field, and let's see here, what else do we want in here? I think we want status. I'm going to see if I can do, I'm not sure if, well, we can do this, multiple ones. Create date, da 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 da. And we'll put create date in there too. And so you can choose all the ones. You can choose the background color in this. All you have to do is press the gear, and you can click on the back, and I can change the background color. Oops, hang on here. Let's say make it a light yellow. You can put an image behind if you want. Actually, that yellow is kind of not so good. Let's make it, there we are. That looks better. Now, the nice thing is I can take these and drag them and drop them where I want. And same thing here. And you can see that it's got kind of a framework where you can just pull this information, drag it where you want. And that's where the flexibility comes in of setting this up. I got a couple of memo fields. I want description and resolution, add. Oh, it didn't put in resolution. Let me do that again. Memo, there we are. And you can do check boxes as well. And you could put in, I'm not going to take the time, but you could put in a tab and then have the resolution and the description behind tabs. You can set the widths up and the heights up and all that good stuff, and move things around. Whoops, I pressed delete by mistake. Anyways, you kind of get the idea where you can just drag and drop information. And then once you've done, you've saved it. I'm not going to do that because I'm going to need this to show another demo on this. But you can see how you can just add in whatever you want, adjust this however you want, add hyperlinks, add images, rectangles, squares, really make this make this the way you want to see it. And then that gives you the flexibility of adjusting that, adjusting the layout to be specifically what you want. Any questions, Jer?
Yeah, no, I mean, that sounds pretty cool. Can you drop in like images and stuff too? Like if you want to
Yes,
put a
you can drop
logo
in
or
images,
something, or
pictures. So because it's an automotive industry, you could actually take a picture of the vehicle and have a picture field where you just put in the picture of the car or multiple pictures of the car if you want. You can actually put in an image if you wanted to have some branding on there, like a little icon that shows that this is service or this is whatever, kind of like the little images over here beside these products. You could actually have an image in there as well. So you can have an image as part of the layout, and then you could have pictures as part of the fields that you pull those in as well.
cool.
Yeah.
Like it.
We have some people that are in the building industry that capture pictures of progress for the particular build. They'll have pictures of warranty claims of maybe there was some damage to the house, that kind of stuff. Anything that you want to capture, you have the ability. So, I guess the biggest takeaway from this is that let your mind kind of run. What would you like to capture? how would you like to capture it, and take a few minutes to figure out what you want to capture. And if you're capturing in an Excel spreadsheet already and you like the way you've captured it, we can mimic that, or you can mimic that, do it yourself if you feel comfortable, and go and put it right inside of Act, and then have it linked to the individual's record. Now, one of the last things I want to show you is, and I'm not just because I didn't do the layout, because I need to redo that layout again for warranty, but I'm going to show you how easy it is to import information in. So you mimic this warranty thing because I had it on an Excel spreadsheet. All I have to do now is go into File. I'm going to just take Jared off the screen here. And I'm going to import that in. So right here where it says custom imports, that's the import functionality for TableManager. So first thing is what table would you want to import into? Well, I want to import into warranty. And then it says, what file do you want to use? You go find the Excel file. And I've already created a kind of a dummy Excel file. And I go open. And then I go next. And then I'm going to go contact to contact. You have to figure out how you want to link these. I'm just going to use the contact. There we are. And in the import, I'm going to use contact. And then next. And then I just have to look, see how it's matched up perfectly. The only thing that I somehow spelled description wrong. And in the import, or in the one place here on the Act field, so I have to go and adjust that. But I put description on here, so I didn't do that purposely, but it actually worked out well, because you can show if something is spelt a little bit differently or has a longer name, you can still match it up. And then I don't need to link the contact, because it'll automatically know that it belongs to that contact when it pulls in. It's smart enough to do that. So I go next. I don't need to do any duplication. Next, import. And Bob's your uncle. And now when I go into warranty, there's all the warranty. Now this one didn't match an individual, so if it doesn't match somebody in the database, say the word is spelt wrong, and I did this so that you could see that if it doesn't match, it puts it into contact unknown. Because you may have something in an Excel spread. If you're pulling in an Excel spreadsheet, it should go fine. But let's just say the person's name was John Smith, and then in the warranty it had John A. Smith. It doesn't match. So what it does, it says this is unknown. But you can go find by the VIN number who it belongs to, and then what you could do is pull this up. Oh, hang on. I can't do that because I took off the I didn't finish the layout. Sorry. I'll kind of show this in another list here. So I'll go to products. Let's just say that this one wasn't attached. I can go up here and with a finished layout and go in here and just hit the button here and take this person out of here, and let's just put in Lori. And now that'll belong to Lori. And that's how easy it is for the ones that when you go to import them in and they don't match, they'll still be there, and then you just have to go in and match them up to the contact that you want to it to belong to. All right. Any other questions that I can show before we finish this off there, Jared?
Yeah, I guess how much does TableManager cost? Are we letting people know?
That's a good question, and I'm not going to answer it. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
No,
All right.
no. It's going to be. It'll be posted. It'll be posted Monday. You'll see this. We just finished doing the web landing page for it. We're just putting in the pricing and stuff like that. And you'll be able to see that Monday if you go to corelogix.ca. On the main screen, you just scroll down a little bit where you see our add-ons. There's a new one there for TableManager. It actually has the placeholder there now, but doesn't link to anything. And you'll be able to click on that, go there, and you'll be able to see the pricing. You'll be able to see the features, and you'll be able to access this video if you want to watch this video again. We'll have this video attached to it as a demo as well. But I think we've covered everything that And I should mention too, because we did the programming on Table Manager, if there's something unique that you want Table Manager to do for you, reach out. Or maybe you want to know if it can do a specific thing, reach out. We're
Yeah.
happy to engage with you and see how we can make this work for you. Anything
Gotcha.
else? I think we
No,
covered
that's about
everything,
it.
Jared.
Yeah. Pretty
All
cool.
right. Everyone, thanks so much for showing up today. Really appreciate your time. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Go to our website on Monday. And this is, we're on Friday right now. So on Monday,
Yeah.
you'll be able to go to our website on the main page, CoreLogics with an X.ca. That's CoreLogix.ca. And you'll be able to, just on that main page, you'll be able to go scroll down and see the new Table Manager. Go there, read up on it, download a trial if you haven't got it. If you are using
Hmm.
Sales Rep or well, depends on which version of Sales Rep and depends on what version of the advisor. If you have the main advisor and the main Sales Rep, the table structure should be there. If you've got the light versions, they won't have the table structure in there. And if you need that, you'll need to have it added separately. But if you're running those two templates, they'll have those in there already. Other than that,
Okay.
I think we're good, Jared.
Yeah. Sounds good. Cool.
All right, guys, have yourself a great rest of your day. Have a great weekend, and we'll catch you on the next live stream. All the best. Bye for now.